Hey guys, so I'm super excited to make this video for you today because we're going to be covering two high growth stocks, both of which are currently trading under $65 a share, and both of which have the potential to bring us as investors some massive returns. So I did a lot of research to make this video for you guys, so I'd appreciate an early thumbs up. But with that being said, let's not waste any time and let's get right into it. So my first pick is a company that you've likely heard of before at one point or another, and you either love them or you hate them, and it seems there's no real in between with this company. But no matter what end of the spectrum you find yourself being in, you're going to want to watch this one fully, because mark my words, within the next year or two, this company will be acquired by Amazon themselves. But more on that later. And the company that I'm talking about is Pinterest. Ticker symbol PINS. Now I know exactly what you're thinking. You mean to tell me that company that tries to force me to register just to look at a picture? Man, that company. Trust me, I know, because these were my thoughts exactly for many years. But here's the thing, I'm not really part of their target demographics, and based on the amount of men who watch my videos, you probably aren't either. But that doesn't mean that we can't take advantage of the massive opportunity that Pinterest has ahead of themselves and make a ton of money in the process. Also, I will be sharing with you some information that will not only shock you, but it will likely make you think twice about not having some Pinterest in your portfolio. And there's a reason why ARK Invest and the legendary Cathie Wood has chosen to make Pinterest one of their biggest holdings in their ARK W ETF. So Pinterest is now the third largest social network in the US, overtaking both Snapchat and Twitter earlier this year, and now only behind Facebook and Instagram. But what makes their platform so special and unique is the fact that more than 2/3 of their users are women, and high-income households are twice as likely to use Pinterest versus low-income households. And unlike both Facebook and Instagram, when people go on Pinterest, they're not going on there just to like pictures and leave comments, but instead the far majority of them are doing so with the intent to purchase something, meaning they are already in the buying state of mind, which I cannot stress enough just how much of a game changer and what an absolute difference maker this is for advertisers.
Sell me this pen.
So I've run a multitude of businesses throughout my life, and I can tell you that I never want to try and sell a pen to someone who doesn't need a pen. And what I mean by that is that ideally, you want to qualify your prospects as quickly as possible, because at the end of the day, the goal in sales is to spend more time trying to sell your product or service to the people who actually need it and would benefit the most from it, versus wasting your time with people who don't need what you're selling. So when you find out that a staggering 89% of people on Pinterest in the US are using the platform specifically to get inspiration for a future purchase, and that 47% of pinners log onto the site to shop, it's no surprise that Pinterest is almost 4 times more effective at generating sales for businesses that advertise on their platform when compared to their competitors' platform. And the interesting part is that Pinterest has never branded themselves as another social media platform, but instead as a place to come and get inspired. Which is interesting because Pinterest has a lot of similarities to Google, but just that they are a much more visual discovery engine. And so people who are on Pinterest are often looking for ideas and to get inspired to take action, whether that be for delicious new recipes to cook, home decor, fitness inspiration, or even how to plan events big or small, whether that be for a camping trip or even a wedding. And a whopping 50% of millennials say that Pinterest inspires them to make their dreams a reality, far more so than any other platform out there. Now that's all good and all and kumbaya vibes.
Go in your office and make some money!
But now let's get into the really good stuff, the actual numbers, and why I believe investing in Pinterest can make us a whole lot of money. So first, they absolutely just demolished Wall Street expectations last week by growing revenue to $443 million in the third quarter alone, which is an incredible 58% year-over-year growth. But what impresses me the most is the fact that they now have over 442 million monthly active users and are quickly expanding internationally with 46% year-over-year growth. And what makes this so exciting is that they have barely even began monetizing this newfound international audience, with multiple countries not even being shown any ads whatsoever yet. So this massive untapped growth potential internationally alone is tremendous. But putting that aside, there's an even bigger opportunity here, and it's becoming more and more blatantly obvious to me that it will happen sooner rather than later. And that is that I believe Amazon should and will be acquiring Pinterest within the next year or two. Just think about it. Amazon is clearly on pace for world domination, but they have one major weakness, and that's social. And even the dinosaur of a company that is Walmart has recently taken steps to address this very same weakness by taking an ownership stake in TikTok. And don't think for a second that this move went unnoticed by Jeff Bezos. Everyone knows that Amazon's specialty is obviously retail, but social media is literally at the core of how we interact in this modern world. From the transfer of knowledge to recommendations to purchasing decisions, it's all influenced by these platforms, and Pinterest is the most retail-focused social platform of them all, and it's not even close. The platform itself was built for do-it-yourself enthusiasts, creatives, and craft connoisseurs. So just imagine the flawless integration potential from the moment you see a recipe on Pinterest that you like to just being one click away from all of those ingredients necessary being automatically and magically added to your shopping cart on Amazon. Or maybe you just saw your dream living room design and you knew you just had to have it. Again, it's one click away. And that's the power of combining Amazon's almost unlimited catalog of products and Pinterest's legion of ready-to-buy users. So the potential is limitless.
You know how they say that we can only access 20% of our brain? This lets you access all of it.
Not to mention that Pinterest has an immaculate balance sheet with virtually no debt whatsoever and an unblemished reputation, which is a rare commodity at a time when most social platforms are drowning in controversies. Plus, they have a globally recognized brand that is not only beloved and known by their users, but it's also associated with being empowering and spreading positivity. So this deal will happen. It's just a matter of time in my eyes. So guys, I am becoming extremely bullish on Pinterest as a long-term hold, and I believe that the level of growth that they will be experiencing over the next couple of years will be exponential, especially as they start to monetize their fast-growing international presence. And as for an entry point, I would wait for a bit of a pullback since their stock did just run up a lot, but I believe that anywhere in the 50s would make for an absolutely great entry point for this high growth stock. Also, real quick before we get into my second pick, as I mentioned in my last video, within the next few weeks, we will be embarking on a new challenge that will be officially known as the 10K to 100K challenge, where I'll be starting a brand new portfolio and funding it with $10,000. And no, we're not talking about some paper trading account. This will be a real brand new portfolio that I'll be creating specifically for this challenge, where I'll be showing the exact steps that I would take if I had to start all over again from scratch, and with the goal to aggressively grow my capital as fast as possible to over $100,000 while only taking very calculated risk. So I am beyond excited for this challenge, and we'll even be mixing in some options trading as well. And all of this will be starting within the next few weeks over on Patreon. So if you're interested in joining the family and following us along this journey, this is your opportunity, because signups will only be open for the next 5 days, and then they will be completely closed for the rest of the month. And just to recap, membership not only helps support the channel, but also includes exclusive benefits like access to our private Discord channel, exclusive content, plus you'll have 24/7 access to my entire $1 million stock portfolio. And on top of that, you'll also get access to my buy or sell signals, meaning you'll know every single stock I decide to buy right when I buy it, and you'll know exactly when I decide to sell my position. Now, if this is something that would interest you, or you're just curious and you want to know more information, simply click the link below, and I made a quick 3-minute video for you and posted it on my Patreon page that explains in depth not only the benefits of becoming a Patreon member, but also what our community is all about and what we want to accomplish with this platform. So I can't wait to work with you one-on-one, and I can't wait to grow this community to become one of the most impactful communities ever. And with that being said, I'll see you on the other side. Thank you. Now for my second and final pick. This one is a channel favorite, and their stock has gone absolutely parabolic. And that company is NIO, ticker symbol NIO, who has now officially surpassed both GM and BMW as the 6th most valuable automaker in the world, with a market cap of over $56 billion, which is just incredible. And more importantly, it signals a changing of the guard, as these once Goliath of industries who have failed to keep up with innovations are falling left and right, as the market and the world as a whole sees the shift to electrification as being inevitable. Now we have a lot to cover, as some breaking news was just announced today, along with several huge updates that will have massive implications on NIO stock going forward. So you're not going to want to miss this, because opportunities like this do not come often. And as I always say, the world rewards action takers. So 2 weeks ago, I made this video where I went over in an extreme amount of detail exactly why I believe that NIO will 10x over the next 5 years. And since that video aired, NIO's stock price has already skyrocketed by over 40%, and they have more than quadrupled since I first recommended them on this channel, which has even caused Elon Musk himself to take notice. But it doesn't just end with NIO, because we've now had a multitude of home run stock picks this year, such as Tesla, Shopify, and Square, just to name a few. So if you haven't already subscribed, what are you waiting for? Smash that subscribe button, show it some love, and join the best family on YouTube. But anyways, let's stay focused and get back to business, because 2 things just happened that will change everything for NIO. So first, as usual, Wall Street analysts are late to the party and now find themselves running around trying to catch up with the stock's price. And as you've probably already heard by now, Citigroup analysts have yet again raised their price targets for NIO to $46. But here's what I found truly fascinating, is the fact that they said that NIO will likely be reaching gross margins of 22 to 25% by the end of this year. Not next year or the year after, but this year, 2020. And guys, I cannot stress enough how absolutely earth-shattering this would be if this ends up holding true. Because it took Tesla well over a decade to get their gross margins to these levels. But of course, with Tesla being the pioneer in the industry and having to pretty much figure everything out themselves from scratch, what they had to go through was exponentially harder. But still, for NIO to reach these gross margin levels within just 6 years of inception would be extremely impressive, especially for a company who up until this year was losing money on every single vehicle that they sold. So guys, just think about this. Their gross margin on vehicles could very well be more than doubling by the end of this year. And with the fact that they also plan on being able to manufacture up to 150,000 vehicles a year by the end of 2021, which would equate to them manufacturing around 12,500 vehicles every month, which is again more than double their current production limits. So it starts to become very clear why I am beyond confident that what we've witnessed from NIO so far is nothing in comparison to what they will accomplish over the next 10 years. Also, to add more fire to the flames, NIO just unveiled today their new 100 kilowatt hour battery pack with a cell-to-pack design, similar to what Tesla announced on Battery Day, which will make NIO and Tesla the only passenger electric vehicles to have this level of energy capacity, and enabling NIO cars to now get a range of over 380 miles on a single charge. Plus, NIO will be allowing all current owners with the 70 kilowatt hour battery packs to easily upgrade to the new technology whenever they wish, which just highlights the allure and multitude of benefits of NIO's battery swapping technology. And it's a luxury that I'm sure many EV owners would love to have, considering how fast battery innovations are occurring nowadays. So it should go without having to say that I believe that NIO's potential over the next decade is astronomical. And so if you haven't already watched my previous 2 videos on NIO, then I highly recommend you do so, and quickly, because this is an opportunity that you are not going to want to miss out on. And as long as you're a long-term investor who is willing to hold through the inevitable pullbacks and volatility, especially now with all the political drama going on, then I see this as being a great company to add to your portfolio. And as always, I recommend dollar cost averaging in. Now, if you found any value in this video at all, and I hope you did, please make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on that notifications bell. Also, I love talking to you guys, and I always try my very best to reply to as many comments as possible. So let me know your thoughts on my stock picks, and let me know what stocks or topics you want me to talk about next in the comment section below. Also, remember, if you're interested in becoming a Patreon member and joining the private community, it'll be the first link in the description box. But remember to sign up quick, because signups will only be open for the next 5 days, and then it'll be closed for the rest of the month. But with that being said, especially if you made it to this point in the video, I have so much love for you. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all have an absolutely amazing rest of your day. Peace.